this started, yeah? Alright. Today I'm just gonna continue Need for Speed. Played a little bit of Monster Hunter yesterday. It was pretty cool. On stream. Didn't unfortunately get any people from the Xbox scene. That has been my goal every time I stream it. What was I doing? I need to make a new car. The Miata, as fun as it is, I think what I'm going to do first is take it out, get some practice, get warmed up, since I didn't play it yesterday, do a few races, and then after that, go back, get a new car, probably start to focus on the end game. I also didn't try the event series yet with this car, although I was having a hard time with some of the races, so I assume that I need an end game car at this point. Oops. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I was trying to make sure last time I was on, I was getting all the dots but the story ones. We got a few stragglers. But yeah. I hope everybody's had a good day, and my day's been kind of I was working on a video again, and I'm trying to get into some newer features, but watching YouTube videos and stuff, trying to learn. It's definitely it's time consuming, to say the least. That's just a restart. Thank you, other random player. Awesome. Anyway, I was watching videos, trying to learn a few things. Definitely just trying to push my YouTube. Like I said, it just takes a lot of time, unfortunately. I'm trying to come up with ideas. You know, like I have a ton of them, but they're not always good. It is fun though. Like for me, it is fun editing and stuff like that. It's just a matter of you tend to lose a lot of time. Like before you know it, your day is over, essentially. So, that's what I'm trying to get used to right now. Wow, this race is actually really hard. Kind of reminds me of Undercover, like the end game handling mechanic is a bit, I don't know how to describe it. Hey, don't turn into me, man. If I can get top 3, I'll be okay. come on, man. Oh, come on, really? I had first place, dude. It felt good. But now it looks like I've lost it. Why? Why did the AI random cars go for you like that? It's not even remotely fair. I feel like... what a way to start, you know? I saw that car coming around the bend, so I go on the outside because he's on the left. He immediately changes his trajectory to hit me head on. That's not fun racing. That's just a developer being petty, I think. It's a very long race too, actually, because I kept thinking the end was coming every corner. And for some reason now I'm far behind them. Okay. Alright, we're a little bit more warmed up. Let's see if we do better now. I don't even know what just happened there. Oh. I'm getting the weird handling thing again. Oh my god. What a start to today. I just wanted to do some racing. And you know, this game is not as bad as people say, but that handling mechanic like really just throws you off from time to time. It's not consistent. You can't consistently control your car because it doesn't. Right when you think you've figured out how to handle the car you have set up, it just goes crazy on you. That's why I'm gonna make a new car and do full handling, full grip. See if I can play this game like a motorsport game.
Hey man, have you had a chance to look at that suspension? All that power and grip needs to connect. So, you know, play around and see what suits.
Please stop hitting me. I'm in a Miata, for God's sake. I believe that's where the... So we're coming up to where the guy hit me. Coming up to it right now. It takes like every ounce of fiber in my being to keep this car on the road. You see there? It pointed me at the wall again. Oh, trust me, I know. It's temporary. Right now I'm trying to make my own. I just wanted to take away the default one. I just didn't like having the default one there. That was stressful. How you doing, Sam? Alright, what else? Yeah, it took a while to get that Dragon Ball there. Like, I was trying to find a free licensed Dragon Ball, and then after I did that, I was trying to find crap, I have to go switch cars already. Awesome. Had to convert it down because, you know, they have the 3 different sizes and stuff like that. We're just like, okay. I made, because I want my points to actually be like a Dragon Ball but my own, and I made one, but unfortunately I got the sizes wrong. So I gotta start over. And some of the stuff I didn't like on the first render, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. Make a better one. I mean, a little bit. Like, I tried to see what the pixelation requirements were, and I was pretty sure I had them, and then when I went to convert it so that it would fit, it ended up being like microscopic, and I was like, there was no way for me to resize it without it destroying the picture. So I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. Very, very neat. But other than that, another follower sent me a list of free to use emotes, so I just went and got one for Bungoy that he liked, and then I got a Broly Rage one for now. Like, there's no synergy or anything. I just wanted to replace the stock stuff so that was not there. Yeah, you should be able to do them. Yeah, I figured you would have noticed the Broly one and tried it by now. Honestly, I know this might sound corny, but what I was trying to do was set up one for each of you. Because I could do 5, and there's 5 of you guys. So that you each had one. Because I don't have a theme really in mind right now. Maybe one day I will, but like I thought about it long and hard, and I just don't have one. One day it'll change, I'm sure, but I'm probably gonna do that. Hey man, am I gonna hit the 100,000 or what? Dang it. God, I gotta stop hitting the wall. Oh. Oh. I didn't know you did. "90 checkpoints? Are you for real?" But yeah, I'm trying to make a custom Dragon Ball. Like, it's gonna be, like red and orange. I got the design already set up. It's gonna take me a few days to get it right. Oh. Oh. Yeah, you know, I could use the one I put down there, but I was just like, I really want to have my own, and then I'm gonna have a bigger version of it somewhere on the site. That way you can see it better. So how's that robot game been treating you? I've been falling asleep while watching it lately. I haven't been able to stay up. Then again, it's like 4 a.m. my time, so it's kind of hard to do. 'Cause you stream so late your time. I mean, even for your time, it's pretty late when you stream. I think you start at like, what, 11 or something like that? Which I'm sure you have your reasons, but I feel like 11 would be a decent time. My time, maybe. Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Butchering this run. I'm sure there's some player in the world that has like the top amazing record for this race. I would never try to do it. Okay, that messed me up. I have to redo it. I didn't go fast enough. No. Oh, no way. I was going pretty freaking fast. Whatever. He considers it done. I'll just go on. I'll accept it. To be honest, this game, I had a lot of fun with it on day one, but I guess all the problems that this game has definitely are getting to me a little bit. Okay, 170,000 with a drift train. Yeah, this sounds like torture. Yep, this is torture. Or my car just won't drift. That's my personal favorite when that happens. Thanks for pushing me into the wall. Appreciate that too. I appreciate that. Yep. They call it drift train. I call it bumper car train. Hey, cut it out. That was a lot of points. I appreciate you guys. Just real killer AIs you guys are. They gave you guys like the racer AI when you're supposed to be... This is supposed to be teamwork. Real nice. Cool. Get left far behind and there's a Hot Wheels truck. That's the way I like it. Yep. Cool. Just trying to catch up with you guys. Thank you. I so appreciate it. Okay. I just barely beat that. Yeah, that was a little too hectic for my blood. A little too hectic. Right, okay, so that was the last of those. Let's switch cars, try the challenge event before I buy a new car. Because it looks like I bought, or it looks like I at least attempted everything. I don't even remember some of the ones. I only failed like 2 or 3, I think. So it's fine. One more time, we'll try with this car. It did help us complete most of the races, so I will say it did that really well. I think I could probably just keep it for now and just buy the last car. I've still been giving it much thought, or giving a lot of thought to the next game. I'm not entirely sure yet. I thought I was decided. I was thinking about Elden Ring. But then I also realized that Elden Ring can be a long game, and I've played a couple long games on the stream already recently, so I was like, Biomutant is a short game, according to the reviews. So far I'm leaning towards Biomutant. Of course, I don't know any, like, I played Elden Ring for maybe 4 hours, give or take. So, you know, like I said, I played it for about 4 hours. I know that game's a long game. I'm going to play it on stream because I want to, since I do kind of want to at least beat that game and have an understanding of why I'm bad at racing games. Let's restart. But I don't know. Right now I'm leaning towards Biomutant because it's a shorter game. I want to kind of keep doing shorter games at the moment. Games that I finish in like 5 or 6 streams. I don't really want to do another multi-weeker right now. Those do get a little stressful. And not to mention the whole Metroid thing, you know, I know people love that game and it's considered a masterpiece, and I feel bad that I think what it came down to was that I just didn't want to play it. And it's been a long time since that's happened to me, where I'm playing a game and I just didn't want to play it. Like, playing it became an issue, you know? So this is the race I was stuck on, and I ended up making a new car for it. But I never went back and tried it. I seem to be doing better, but not by much. I'm beginning to think it was this course. Okay, I really don't like that the same thing happened on that lap, in that same spot, where I got juggled by an AI into a wall, and it pretty much stopped me cold. Okay. This is just going to be a hard race, I think. Because with this handling mechanic, races with this many turns are just difficult. You see what I mean? I hate that the drifting isn't even consistent. I can't pull off the same drift twice. I just bounced off both walls myself there. Why? He purposely did that. Did I win at least? Thank the Lord. I guess I'll continue with this car then. It's so hard to handle. But anyway, like I was saying, it's looking like Biomutant's gonna be the next game. And of course, I literally know nothing about that game, so...
Okay, kid. You're still hanging in there. Your luck won't last forever, but for now, you can check the app for the details on the next heat. See ya.
Very well. Okay, so all these heats are going to open brand new maps, because I'm seeing stars now. That's kind of not good, but okay, I understand. I wanted to be close. Like, I could get close to the end of the game today, but I still want to try each race at least once. I am still collecting the stuff around the map, but not as much as I was before. This is a tiny track for sure. I was looking at something, I got distracted. Cops are blasting, man. Are you serious?
Listen, Spike says you made the mess with my tools. Now, I'm pretty sure you haven't done anything with your suspension yet. So, I guess I'm gonna have to kill Spike.
There's no way. It was a damn near perfect run. You gotta be kidding me. How did the AI beat that score? Totally rigged my ass. I don't even care now because I'm not gonna win. Because I feel like it arbitrarily just chose a 1/10 of a second faster time. They probably had a system set up where I set a fast time. And it was like, you could do a 1/10 of a second faster. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I tore that up. That kind of annoys me. Right.
Okay, you blew it. But it's not over. There are still some places in the next run, so give it another go.
Yeah, that kind of annoys me. Not gonna lie. Right. Alright, I think it's time. We buy our classic. The Murcielago. Should have enough money to customize this bad boy. Wow. That looks vicious. Yep. Everything locked? Yep. Oops. Well. I actually like the Lambo wheels as they are, and I kind of like the color, so I like very stock looking. I just like putting the. Let's do the performance parts first. We still don't have the max of that, huh? Or that. I still need to do missions with Amy. That'll work. I have 1100 horsepower when I'm done with this thing. That's crazy. So we're gonna do time rebuild. Tires. Oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, it's Ames. Just thought I'd check in. Thought I'd tempt you with a little drift. Double check your suspension. I'm not one to judge, but looks a bit off. You know what I'm saying? Be cool.
What is the deal with her and suspension? Constantly just getting on my case about the suspension. Alright, let's kind of drive this around for me to see what it's like. Cool. It does seem to... Let's try that event again. It does seem to pull. Like, I haven't touched the settings at all. It seems to pull a little bit, which is a little weird. I have a feeling this thing's going to be very hard to control at high speed.
We're going live for Heat 5. Good luck.
Did it again. I hate this handling system. Like, it's the only flaw of this game. It allows you to drift okay, but then you also completely lose control of your car. Every once in a blue moon, your car just becomes a rock and goes straight. I do not understand that at all. From an arcade standpoint, it is the weirdest thing. I don't know how I didn't notice it when I was younger. I mean, maybe I got more meticulous. I don't know. Like, I recently played Payback, the one that comes out after this, and I know that that doesn't exist at all. It's also not in Heat, and it's not in Unbound. So it must just be a limitation in this game. That was a little weird. They had the handbrake there. That's ridiculous. He set an even faster time than my fastest time in my other car. This is totally rigged. This is ridiculous. It was, I said 0.1 second, but it was 0.3 of a second last time. It purposely did it again, and I'm assuming to win this hard event, I have to beat my own time. That's asinine. That's really stupid. There I go again, and I'm not gonna beat my time because my car became a rock on that drift. Cool stuff. Oh, this is frustrating. Moral of the story, kids, don't play old games. Absolutely stupid. Didn't matter. I could have gone back to the other car. What this game's gonna do is take my fastest lap and turn around and put the AI 0.3 of a second faster. That's a terrible way to make a game harder. That is so annoying.
We're going live for Heat 5. Good luck.
I'm not gonna focus on this too long, because there we go again. Car like a rocket. Awesome. doesn't even brake properly, man. Cool. I purposely tried to set a slower time. Oh. These games, man, these games are getting to me these days. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Metroid was all my doing. It just wasn't my kind of game. I literally did a perfect run there. Like, it was perfect. And the AI just keeps getting it 3/10 faster than me. I don't care. I'm gonna continue the story, because that's just stupid. Like, games are supposed to reward you when you have to up the ante, but this one doesn't. They keep setting astronomically faster times than you can post. It's just stupid. I don't like that. I mean, maybe I'll come back after I do more story missions. I'm gonna make this thing a bit more grippy too. I think I'm just also annoyed because I gotta, you know, aside from the engine parts, the next game is a lot better. Alright. Let's give that a shot. Because drifting is not working at high speeds. Like, it doesn't... It's so finagling. Alright. Let's do story missions. What do we got? Is that a story mission? That is a story mission. We'll join Spike at the Longhorn. It's one of those things, like, they've balanced the braking and some of the drifting in some of the newer Need for Speeds. It's still not exactly what people like, but it's better than this. I thought this game was more modern than it
Magnus
is.
posted a new challenge. I must have been tripping thinking I could take on that guy.
Relax, man. You did good out there. Both of you.
Good isn't good enough. You don't make history by being good. This guy was great, man. I wanted to be great.
You think Magnus isn't rattled? He sees two young guns chasing him down in his own backyard. Not one. Huh? This guy, man. Do I have to spell it out for you?
You're on his radar, Spiky.
Next time, I'll get you, man.
Yeah. Fighting time.
Say what you will about the corny story. I think the camaraderie is cool between the kiddos. What is this? Right. Oh, we're not doing that in this car. Sure. Two drift contests? Right. Switching cars again. Cool stuff. Story of my life, right? Should I go ahead and... I think I probably should. Alright, I wanted to give the Mustang some more juice, since he pretty much became my drift vehicle. Probably not the best idea considering one of the events is a drift train, so I'm going to go even faster now. Let's go do the drift train. How to rep. I think that's saying. Come on. Oh, I see. Beat the target with the risky devil.
Find a spot.
Hey mate, it's Magnus. I just set up a little run you might want to try. Nothing crazy, but I think it'll be worth your time. Cheers.
Come on. Thank you. Thank you for turning into me, you civilian piece of crap. They want to make smarter AI for like artwork and stuff. They should make AI, better AI for racing. Just saying. Because that's just annoying. Okay, right. Oh, come on.
Dude, that was sick. Look, I'll be tied up for a while, so do your thing and I'll get back to you in a bit. Be safe. Later.
What could you possibly be doing? Alright. Let's go do this drift event. Drive a car with fully adjustable suspension. Oh, that's why she kept calling me. That's annoying. That's actually really annoying. I didn't realize that's why she kept calling me with the "you should do your drift stuff." Oh. Alright. Now we can do that event.
Thanks for helping me. Your girl just needed a bit of TLC. She's running unbelievable. It doesn't take much if you stay on top, for sure. Hey, since you two are on here, have you been noticing how strange Manon's been acting? Maybe he's joined those cop fighters, living a double life. Manu couldn't keep a secret if his life depended on it. So you can meet up tonight? No can do. Take new guy. You sure? Yeah. Sorry, girlie. Okay. Later. See ya.
Huh.
Okay. Just me and you, big guy. Make sure you show up. Risky Devil will be hanging at my place. Ciao.
Okay. This is an interesting route. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Thanks. Okay. I'd say this would be fun if the cops weren't ramrodding you in the highway. Like, this would just be fun without the cops. And it's the things I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to have them on this particular course. It's already a strange technical skill course. really wish you could do wall taps in this game, but you can't for some reason. Almost max level. Almost. Might as well do it. I'm already here.
Hey man, get this. There's a few people meeting up for Gymkhana and some straight up racing. Now, I'm gonna check it out. You wanna meet up? Alright, well, I'll hopefully see you out there. Okay, bye.
Thank you, AI. Thank you so much. There's like no reason for you guys to be that hostile. Thank you for break checking me. I appreciate it. I just want to drift. Like, I actually just want to drift without the stupid AI and the cops. Oh, that was almost beautiful. Almost had it. Well, at least I won. I don't care. Alright. What is this? Is this a race? That's a race. I'm probably gonna switch back to the car. Let me make sure there's... Gymkhana, I want to stay in the drift car. Because, yeah. Do it. Thank you, Amy. Why? Why are you so aggressive? You're supposed to be my friend. What is wrong with this game? I do not understand. None of that aggressive behavior by the AI makes any sense. If that was a cop, maybe. That was your friend. She was trying to take me out for some bizarro reason. Just silly, man. Just silly. Whatever happened to family? You know, Dominique Toretto style. What is this?
Up high, yo. Come on, let's ace the next run and take all the props for the night. Woohoo!
Okay. Anything else? Oh yeah, that was the race. Time to switch cars and see how the car I spent 1/3 of $1 million on goes. When your heat rises, they hit hard. Want the best upgrades and parts? Wind stuff. Yeah, I got that.
Take a spot. It's time to roll.
Come on! I wasn't really paying attention. I was so focused on the map because I'm trying to get used to... Fuck. I'm trying to get used to grip racing in this because I've been drifting the whole time. And I don't like the drift mechanic at high speed, like really high speed. It just doesn't work for me. The grip seems to be alright, but I think I need to tune it so that the steering has more response.
Take a spot. It's time to roll.
It seems a little stiff still, and plus I'm trying to train myself to play this more like a traditional game. It's still doing that thing where the car... I think that's just something where if you brake, if you do like a handbrake or a drift turn, that's just something with the Frostbite engine. It just... You lose so much time in a crash in this game too. Look how far ahead she is. Why is she so far? Okay. I'll get it. I'll get it. I do need to tweak it, but I feel like I can win this race. I will say this, and I've said this since I've started playing the older Need for Speeds, and I thought this one was modern, being 2015, but I guess not.
Take a spot. It's
People
time
complain
to
about the
roll.
new handling stuff and the newer Need for Speeds, but they are a million times better than this. I feel like this is the last game where they were learning. Because the control scheme, the handling mechanic is so bizarre for these cars. Here we go again. Oh, I hate it. I hate that it happens in grip too. I didn't even brake or drift. It just, I lost control for like a second. That is, oh, that is really irritating. It happened again. And that time just pretty sure. Okay. Is it not possible to play this game steer grip either?
We're nearly home free. You've got to hang in there. Let me know what's going on, man. Peace.
Oh, that's too stressful. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like, I really do. Alright, let's go meet her at her lockup. Oh! You know what? I never did that mission for Manu. That's been sitting there this whole time. I'm such a dummy. It blended into the map so much. Well, let me do this. And I'll switch to. I'll tune this a little bit. I'll switch to drift drag.
Don't be shy. They're just regular guys like you and me. So weird. They just hit me up like 2 minutes ago. Damn. Real cute. Watch this. Risky devil hash coming right up.
Cook put us up to it.
Oh, really? Piggy masks? What are you trying to say?
Honestly, we're the designated buyer of the pizza. What can I say?
These are the guys I want to do to me.
What's up, dude? Seen your moves. Killing it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but if you're serious about mobbing with these dudes, you gotta get more street cred. You gotta bust up that chassis.
Yup.
Destroy those wheels.
Bang limiter and shred those tires.
Yeah!
You think you're ready for that?
Sit down.
Huh. Weird. Maybe handbrake is alright. We'll see.
I don't know what it is, Ames.
Swear?
I'd tell you if I did. What about Rob?
She doesn't know anything. Damn Spike, he knows, but he's not saying. I'm gonna kill that douche.
All right, I'll swing by the garage. Be your wingman on this new
Well, we're gonna drag butt because we're gonna go do Manu's drags that I didn't realize were even a thing. Never let the drift train leave you behind. Most of the time it's them staggering behind themselves, to be perfectly honest. Alright, let's go down there to Manu's. Can't believe I did not even notice. This entire time I feel a little silly. Wait a minute, is this 30,000 race? It is. I totally forgot about this one.
Hey, it's Robin. I'm set to drift. Guess who'll be there? Risky Devil. Wanna join? It's gonna be good. Don't say no. Just come up.
Well, of course, big dude's in a Miata. He's got good taste. Thank you. Huh. At least I know I can beat that score if I wanted to someday. Yeah, giving the car more power kind of changed everything. So that's cool to know, I guess.
That was serious, bro. For real. Hey, I heard block post.
Another drift event? Lock it down. Run with Robin and Risky Devil.
Here he is. Let's get going.
I gotta restart that. Like, I couldn't drift on the first turn for some, I'm gonna say for some reason, but it's this game's mechanics. And then that was terrible. I've also been toying around with the idea of playing the Naruto series. Kind of going through just the campaigns. I've been wanting to replay those too, so I'm juggling the idea of streaming those as well. Okay. That was close. purposely trying to make me lose my drift score. Wow! He just straight T-boned me there. Then they slow down so that you catch up not by choice.
Is Amy choked with you or something?
Well, kind of. But I think I smoothed it over.
You do not want to be on that girl's bad side.
I ain't. Never mind about that. I'm telling you, Rob. It was him. I know that car anywhere.
Could have been. Ken Block's whole crew is in town setting up on that Gymkhana.
We should get together. Shred the hills. Bring some eyes our way.
Oh man, I wish I could.
What? Risky devil stuff again?
Kinda. What about Amy?
Yeah, just talk to her. She's headed over to the bunker.
All right, well, have fun. Say hi for me.
Alright. Okay, man. I'm gonna cruise over to the bunker, go over Ken's last few rounds, figure out an angle. I'll see you there.
Getting hectic. Way I cut that corner. Thank you, coppers. You ruined my perfectly good moment. Okay. Okay, I was able to do it. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Where's Manu's bunker? There it is.
That was fun. A lot more to do, so don't bail yet.
Wasn't planning on it. Wasn't planning on it.
Damn, I so want to build a unicorn RTR. Just like that.
Ames. You could build a Unosaurus Rex. Then I'd have to worship you.
So you'd have to get in line, bae. Hey, wait. No. You don't worship me already.
From afar and with total respect.
Okay. I mean, I knew it. I just needed to hear it.
That's fine. What up? You still clowning around with these fools, man?
Be quiet.
Watching donuts?
Spike, you need to watch this. Even your hating ass has to get block props.
It made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Seriously, old man, it's top of the line.
I heard he has to get all the streets shut down and it still takes him like a day to shoot this little gravel set. Huh? So dope, man. Anyone can cut stuff together on a laptop and make it look good.
Oh!
Mmm.
What's it gonna take to convince you then?
All I'm saying is you take away all the movie magic and what's left, huh?
Oh, okay. 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 Hey, now, come on now. Let's say we shoot a run in one take, no edits.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
What?
A one-take Gymkhana.
This ain't any old Gymkhana. We gonna recreate Cans run, move for move.
Okay, you're crazy.
Oh, the names on this one, dog. You lost your mind.
Okay, you would.
Let's do it.
Boom, okay. 1, 2, 3. We'll be accepting your apology shortly. Yeah, cash, plastic, it's all good. I'ma scout some blokes, I'll pay you. Oh, we gonna rock this.
We gonna rock this, huh? All right. I'm gonna wait for the phone call. I don't want to switch yet. Well, I guess I could go here and see what this is. I didn't know I had something at the garage, so I could do that.
You can't tell me you have some giant secret and then just leave, man.
Sorry, baby. This information's currency. And you're not willing to pay up.
Okay, fine. I will remap your ECU, okay? Just tell me, man, okay?
Whoa.
A buddy of mine was maxing at the diner. He saw Travis and Nakai inside.
Okay, Spike, you're lying to me? I swear, and I really mean this.
Hey.
Nakai-san, 光栄です。
よろしくね。君たちが噂のマスタービルダーの2人だね。よろしく。
Yo, I'm Spike. Son.
どうも。彼が怒ってたやつだね。
What do you say about me? Huh?
Shut up, Spike.
それぞれの表現は僕らを一緒にさせるからね。でも車は同じものはないし、一台一台それぞれ違う。
Let me explain. Self-expression is what brings us together. No two cars are the same. Each build is different.
車の改造は自己表現だ。
Let me show you around.
I like that they tried to do that whole real life, you know.
Hey, buddy. Pretty sure I found all the spots Ken did in his mind. Got some good spots to set up the cameras, too. Let's hit them all in singles, man. Post some good times and just shred the whole thing in one go. Yeah. See you out there, man.
All right. Let's go do the late and great Ken Block's runs. Oh, wrong button. Wait. That's a race? I really don't like how the events keep changing. Like, Manu should just be drift. Right. Kind of annoying, whatever. Fine. See if my tweaks made this bad boy any better. I'm hoping it did. We will see.
Dude, you better talk to Spike. He's laying a lot of blame for this mess in here on you. I can't deal with it. Seriously, I'm coming out. And being a friend, you're gonna join. Track me down.
Okay. Now, let's go do Manu's race first. I do wonder what I beat this game with, what car I beat it with the first time, and what I had it set up as. I've definitely changed as a racer, so it's very hard for me to figure out how I did it before. I think once you start to play too many games, especially since the engines the games are made in aren't the same, it's just kind of, you start to favor your favorites, you know? Come on. Considering there are so many things that you can't break in this game, I don't like the concept of going through parking lots and stuff either. Yeah, trying to do all these tight turns in this car is not working. I keep getting turned into a rock. Come on. Nope, that was a bad idea. I guess. I don't know. I beat it, but I don't feel like I did.
Wow. What can I say? You inspired me. Knock off another stage like that and we are gonna smash this thing for sure. Keep it up, dude.
Oop. Alright, so I got another time trial since it's hard. Let's go ahead and get in there and get it done. Beat the target with Amy and Nakai-san? We're all on this course? Oh boy. There was no one in front of her. She just wrecked because of the bad handling of this game. That's crazy. This is insane. I can't make micro adjustments without my car weaving back and forth. I don't understand how either of them could have caught up to me that quickly. Without cheating, of course. I don't understand.
Hey, I have to admit, I thought you were just another wannabe speed freak passing through. But you stuck it out. Nice.
I really wish I could tune on the fly. Alright. What now? The car is just stressful. It's getting to be a little bit, I don't know how to tune it to make it like I don't want it to be super agile because I want it to be grip, but right now it's kind of like driving a rock. I have to be going 30 miles an hour to turn. do it.
I heard about the party. You hitting me up for the invite?
No, I need you to pick up my laundry.
Funny.
Big love for you, Spiky. Now, you and Rob get your asses over here. That includes you too, Noob. Well, you ain't a noob anymore, what am I saying?
Awesome. See everyone over there? Yeah.
Alright. What do we got here? What is this? It's I'm switching cars again. Anything else? Do that. I want to stay in the car as long as possible. I don't want to keep switching. Like, switching over and over is going to drive me crazy, so...
Stop me. You hear me, Magnus?
Come on, Spike. I believe in you. Well. Just aggravating. Probably my fault. I don't know. I don't know.
This new record ain't gonna stop me. You hear me, Magnus?
Thank you, game. beaten. There we go.
Hey man, that was pretty awesome. How about another run though? This time with a slight change. Just let me know. We'll talk later. Cheers.
Alright. Looks like I gotta switch to a drift car. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. I'm thinking based on the rate I'm going, might end up having this game done tomorrow, maybe? It's possible.
Okay, son. Camera's rolling.
I guess Amy's call is stuck up there. Don't care about that.
So, you made up your mind? I just don't want to hurt him.
Okay, I guess we get to see whatever is going on with this story, because I don't remember. Well, missed that phone call. Didn't see it till it was too late.
Hey!
Why are they all drinking Monster, man?
Hey, man. Amy's in her element. She really appreciates what you've done here.
We all do. Come on. Hey, look who I found.
Hey! Hey, man.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Yo, you are part of the family now. Mi casa, su casa.
He says, we are the next generation, man.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Kanpai! Yeah!
Right, I don't think I need a drift, so let's take this out. I went home for that though? Like, what? I don't see any events.
Dude, alright, son. This is it. I'm ready when you are. Just get it all down and...
Hey, it's Fish. We met when he came by to talk to Robin.
2 drift contests?
Hey, man. I got bored and just put together a run.
God. It's like the drift will not end. What you talking about?
Okay, let's crush this damn thing.
What you talking about? I don't even understand what I hit that caused that level of bump, but okay. That actually didn't feel too bad. That felt pretty good, so... Like, it really wasn't that bad at all.
Hey, this is Magnus. Yeah, I saw you guys doing some fast runs out there. It was real impressive. If you guys can get close to my time zone, well, maybe we can get out there and drive together. Rock on. Cheers.
I'm going too fast. No way I could have dodged that. Not with this handling mechanic. Can't go through those, so yeah. It's so hard to turn in this car, no matter how much I think I got it. Trying to cut through the median and the car turned to a rock.
Look, I don't know anything, Spike.
Well, shit. Never mind. I'll handle it. Hey, what do you say we kick back at the Longhorn?
Cam, we got stuff to take care of.
Right.
Promise not to tell anyone?
Tell them what?
I'm an outlaw. I'm the one been messing with the cops.
What? For real?
No, dumbass.
You're a real jerk, you know that?
Go to Longhorn. After 5 minutes, forget about everything and feel right as rain.
Whatever.
Hey, noob! Don't let him be alone tonight. Watch his back, yeah? I'll catch your feet back at the garage.
Okay, that was a little ominous. Alright, I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick because I've been holding it and I was trying to hold it till the end, but it's not gonna happen. So I will be right back. Drift contest. Cool. Do this. Well, let's go to the Longhorn. I kind of want to make all the events pop up. Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm going to end up probably beating this tomorrow. I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I might mess with the handling again on this thing. I don't know.
Hey, this is Magnus. Yeah, I saw you guys doing some fast runs out there. It was really impressive. If you guys can get close to my time zone, well, maybe we can get out there and drive together. Rock on. Cheers.
Yeah, man. How do you get your handle? Oh, man. You know what this means, bro? I guess you earned it.
Not this again. You both earned it.
No, Robs, you gotta hand it to me. The way our homie here smashed those rat runs, no wonder Magnus hit him up first. The prize is in sight, man. You say the word and let's do this. Come on.
I'm expecting something bad to happen. Okay, so I got 2 drifts. I got Manus. Wherever Manus is, I can't tell on this map with all this stuff. Okay, it's down here. Okay. Alright, so let's switch cars again. But first, we're gonna try that out next time. Drift car, let's go. Yeah, that's how drifting should be. Alright. Trying to get Manu's events to pop up because I'm really far behind on his. I didn't realize I wasn't doing his events at all. Posting the best time, yeah. Let's do it, the King of Snake. Alright.
Okay, here we go. Cameras are rolling, dude. Just do your thing.
Hey, mate, it's Magnus. Let's get out and drive. Fast and smooth. I'll be out there. Let me know. Cheers, mate.
Okay. Appreciate it. I really do. It's like the best Christmas present ever. Don't you guys got something better to do? I will never seem to do that parking lot right. Gotta be kidding me with the amount of cars getting in my way, man. It's not the police, it's stupid AI drivers. It's not the AI drivers, it's the real players. I was gonna cut the corner on that lantern thing, and I realized too late. I should have done that drift better, the one before that one, but. Well, crashed into the gas station and exploded. That's my fate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yo. You killed that damn thing, man. I mean, killed it. I'm headed back to the bunker, man. I gotta put this up. Seriously, man. You get over there, too, and be part of it, alright? Alright. Later, man.
Cool. Cool. Drift contest, let's go. Ready to get my drift on.
Okay, dude. Let's see what you got.
Go. I really just want to be away from all these people. Seriously, why are you trying to push me into the wall? What was the point of that, man? God.
I can't believe it.
Dude, no one can. Lucky you got
all that on video.
Oh, sure. Who? Can you imagine if we didn't? I wonder if Ken and these people saw it.
If not, they will. Hey, I saw the run. Sick, huh? Beyond sick. You guys deserve it.
It's like I'm watching the whole thing from like outside my body. Like it's not real or something. You know what I mean?
You getting all Travis on us?
Nah,
Why don't we meet up? Diner?
no.
Yeah, man.
I'm nearly there.
I'll pass then. I need to get some food. Later.
Alright. See ya. Amy.
On my way.
Cool.
Took that a little too early. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Not bad, bro. I was right about you. See you out there.
Okay. Well, y'all just wanted one race and that was that? That's kind of weird. There are no second laps. Well, I don't know. That's debatable. Kind of. Sort of.
Oh, my man.
Why was Travis looking at me that way?
You nailed Ken's run. Weapons great, straight up. 10,000 hits in under an hour. Way more than the one I posted to Spike singing Frozen in the shower. Hey, you did good.
Let them have their Travis, you see the clip? Congrats, boys. It's cute. That like blocks.
I don't even
Hey,
understand.
yo, guys, quiet. Hey, quiet.
Hey, Ken. Nope, one take, no tricks. Word? Appreciate it. Later. That was Ken. He saw the video. Gonna feature on the Hoonigan blog.
Damn, man, you stoked.
Nah. We need to make something so fresh that even Travis can't knock it.
Okay.
There are fingerprints all over this one.
What is the deal with this crew? Are they all like hating each other?
You with me?
Sure. Sure, buddy. You do know. Okay, that's a sprint race. I guess we'll switch cars. Let me check upgrades too, because I don't think I'm gonna buy any of the cars. I think I'm gonna make these work, so. Oop. I'm gonna check upgrades for both cars real quick. Oh. Trying to make sure everything is at least purple. Okay, that should be good. We're gonna do the same with this guy. Check the upgrades. I don't think they're. Yeah, almost everything on this guy is. Yeah, he's pretty set. Let's.
Hombre, gotta start somewhere, right? I'm gonna ping you a local too. Check them out. Maybe we can use them. Maybe we can't. Alright. Later, man.
All right. All right. So let's start with this. Keep in mind, I have no idea how this car is going to handle. I made another slight tweak. We'll see. Oh, I'm racing against Magnus now.
All right,
Okay.
you ready to kick this off? Just try to stay with me, yeah?
Sure, Magnus. Let's see. I like the setup a little bit. Did I finally nail it? I think I might have, maybe. It's hard to tell. Okay. Okay, all these indestructible things. That was a little unfortunate. It looks like I got the braking down a lot better. That's a lot better than what it was. Okay. I think I did it. I'm hitting those turns at 100 miles an hour now. That's a little bit more like the Need for Speed, I know. Okay. Okay, so I still gotta slow down much sooner for those turns, but it wasn't that bad. Hey man, how was your day? It's going. You know, it's not 100% perfect, but it's going. I like how you put Need for Speed 2015. I have to put that just because they have like 3 titles that are just named Need for Speed. And they're probably going to do it again. They're probably going to make another one that just has that name.
Dude, drop what you're doing and head up this way. Whole Risky Devil crew is showing up. I'm talking an epic run on the freeway, multiple cars rolling at the same time. So hurry.
So what, was today your first day, or did you just go out somewhere? Oh, God. I'm so sick of switching my cars. Every 3 seconds, switch car. It's annoying. I hate it. In the future games, you could just switch a car on the fly. Can't do it in this one, though. It's hard to believe that 2015 is almost 8 years ago now. Wow. Feels like it was yesterday. So crazy. I'm just getting older, faster and faster, I swear. Oh! Well, snap, crackle, pop, someone's important. Well, that's cool. A little weird. I feel like, I guess it depends on where you work, so it's just kind of weird, but I suppose if you got nothing better to do. Must have meant you were really good at what you did, that's for sure.
All right, everyone get ready to smoke it up.
So I get that.
Hey mate, it's Magnus. I thought you'd appreciate a different type of rum, so I threw something new together. Check it out. Let's see what happens. Later.
Almost hit that wall. I'm glad I didn't. Could y'all speed up? For the love of God, why are y'all so slow? Uh-oh. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Ah. Now I have to go super slow to let the babies catch up. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you. I appreciate you. What a good little AI you are. Another one bites the dust.
Alright, gotta hand it to you. Those were some nice moves out there. Let's see if you can keep it up. I'll holler at you later.
Keep it up. I don't even want to switch. Let's just do this in the wrong car and see how it goes. Probably be just fine. Probably. Sure. Yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to go into that turn, but this is my drift car. I think I just accepted my fate at running in the wall. It's crazy because when this game is done, the next two Need for Speeds are going to be modern handling, which, oh, I'm so grateful for. Well, I say, that was horrible. I say modern handling for the Need for Speed series. Because the handling of this game is atrocious. I'm like 50% used to it, sort of, kind of.
Well, they have noticed him. Hey, speak of the devil. I was just telling Spike the cooking company has been taking note of you.
Wow, the risky devil have noticed you quick. Text everyone you know.
Anyway, come by my place. They'll be chilling here tonight. It's gonna be a big night once they roll up.
Well, I'm bored, so later.
Oh, it's so frustrating. I don't know how you put up with it. Anyway, like I said, you're welcome by my place. Catch you later.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay. So 2 minutes in. That's not good. I might actually have to switch to my other car. I don't think this one can do it. Like I said, I really just didn't want to switch. I didn't die on that turn. That's a victory in itself. Come on, Mustang, hold it together. I know you're all drift set up. I barely hit that wall. I should have bounced off of it, but instead, because this game's physics are weird, I crashed. Oh my goodness. This is what I get for being lazy and not switching cars. I just didn't want to switch. I'm tired of switching. Yeah, the frickin' Frostant. You know, it's funny. I remember this game being okay. But one of my other followers got on and he was just like, I hate this game. And I'm like, this game ain't that bad. But now that I'm at the end game especially, oh, I'm not gonna lie. Controlling cars in this game is, oh, it is not fun. In fact, it's just super stressful. It really is. But I'm gonna beat the game still, because, you know, I've done it before. I think it's just over the last 5-6 years I've gotten used to modern Need for Speed controls, and this is like right before they change. Oh god. Like every car feels so strange in this game. I can't really put my finger on it either. They just feel strange. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not like super mad at this game. It's just one of those things where like I can tell that this is right before they developed their tap drift system that's in the modern ones. Which people don't like that either, but I like it more than this. God, I like it more than this. Sure, let's go visit her trailer. Let's try not to explode. I bought my favorite car in this game, and it does okay for a hypercar, but it's still hit or miss. Like, I'm still crashing because I can't control it. These guys are living it up, man. A trailer inside of a warehouse.
What's up, dude? You good? All right. Oh, what's up, man?
Oh, hey.
Well, this is weird.
Well, you want a dip? I got a dope new rat on downtown.
I don't think so. My boy's become a street drifter.
Like that?
You mad, bro?
No, I'm just looking for a wingman, that's all. But if you're cool, then I'll be fine. Whatever, man.
Wait, hey. Risky Devil's gonna flip Ventura Bay on its head tonight. And we're gonna be raging with him. Come on, Frank. Gotta hang
I don't
out.
understand what's going on.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, why not?
I don't understand his deal or Travis's deal. I can't remember the story. Yeah, let's all drink Monster out of red cups. Ugh. God. A room full of people drinking Monster. Alright. Any drag or drifts pop up on the map? Yes, one did. Actually, we'll do the Gymkhana first. No. Well, okay, so it's complicated favorite car stuff. Favorite car of all time is the 69 Charger, hands down, doesn't matter. Favorite car in racing games is the Murcielago. That's what I have for my hypercar. That's what I use. This Stang is just the starter car and one of the only cars I was able to get through the game with control-wise. Like, it's not too obnoxious. And then I ended up making it my drift car. I do have a respect for this Stang, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm more of a Cobra fan myself when it comes to Mustangs. Oh. Cool, why do I even bother? Why do I even try? I'm not hitting that jump. Nope, nope. Oh, it's this course. I see. Okay. I wish the drifting was better in this game so that you could do these Gymkhana courses better, but just it suffers at these low speeds.
Hey you, Risky Devil's setting up a bunch of runs. It's all up for grabs, so just hit him up. They told me to hit you up, so that's saying something, right? See you out there.
Ugh. Oh, there went my points again. Thank you, coppers. Thank you, coppers. I appreciate it. Thank you, civilian. No, I had an RX-7, and that's generally what I use. I've just been using this because I already had it, and I've gotten used to it. I didn't like the RX-7's control scheme in this game. Like, if you had been around for some of the older games, I used RX-7 for every drift mode. Like in Pro Street and all that stuff. Kind of just like, not gonna lie, I'm kind of just half-assing it a little bit. Because I don't know. I don't think so though. Because not even Forza does that, so, well. Oh, I didn't have to do that, okay. Does that count? I guess that counts. Whatever. The problem is that I've gotten used to the modern Need for Speed's control scheme, which is payback, heat, there's another one I can't remember. And since those are the ones that I was playing for the last few years, these older ones have been getting to me a little bit. But it's funny, you know, I can go back and play like Underground 2 and there's nothing wrong with that handling scheme at all. I just want to drift. I don't want cops. I just want to drift. You know. Cops ruin the experience. Just saying. It's not fun when they're constantly slamming into you every 3 seconds. Like, it's just another thing that sucks about these older games like this with the cops. You just want to have fun and, like, you know, enjoy the drifting and stuff like that, and the cops are pretty much ruining it. Then plus that. What just happened right there. So the Frostbite engine, the way they did it to try to have people drift, no matter what you have your settings on, it does this thing where your car, like, turns... It's almost like you lose complete control and your car just goes straight for about a second or so. And the problem is that when you hit one of those, that like issue, you always hit a wall or something. And it's really jarring. April 28th? Well, I mean, that's still closer than I thought. I mean, that's not a lot of time though. Hey. That's not a lot of time at all. It was? Oh, okay. That sucks. We basically have like, yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. That means we basically have a little over a month and a half. Oh yeah. Yeah, trying to get all the content done for Monster Hunter before Sunbreak comes out for the Xbox. Okay, how do I turn the engine off? I don't know how to do that. I need to find a spot to do that in. That was definitely not the spot. Circle on PlayStation? Probably B then? Hold on. I hate this control scheme. Okay, so it is B. Thanks for that. That actually... I guess you've played this way more recent than I have. Sure. No. Why? That's a race, not a drift. Oh, it's been longer for me. Hi, Mill. How are you doing? Okay, so I got a bunch of sprints showing up. Come on, man. It's like it wants me to go... I don't want to switch my car right now. Hey, fine. I'll go switch again. Because I like switching. Pretty good. Just getting through this game. The nostalgia glasses aren't working as much as I thought they would. You know, I still think it's a good game. I just think the handling in this game leaves a lot to be desired. I think I'm too used to modern games in terms of handling, so I'm struggling again like I do with all the other old Need for Speeds. Except for Most Wanted and Underground 2. Still play those super easily. The handling is just right in those games. Yeah. This game is weird to me because I know a lot of people really hate it. And I actually am quite fond of this game. When it was brand new and I played it and beat it, all my feelings were good. I think the problem is up to this point when this game came out, I was okay with how their handling was going. But now that I've had better games, not just Need for Speed, but, you know, Forza Horizon and all that stuff, go back and play this now and you're just kind of like, it's not as rose-colored as I remember it. Great idea. Yeah, I wish it was better in this game. It's so-so. taken me like I think I've tuned it 4 or 5 times, and this is like one of the best settings I could come up with. But even then, I'm still suffering from the brick issue once you go too fast. Come on, hold it together. I know you got a lot of power under the hood, but you know, there's no need to go crazy. Like the common problem with Need for Speed games is that over the last 15 years, a lot of them tend to punish you once you get into really fast cars. You know what I mean? Which games were you talking about that were masterpieces? Were you referring to Most Wanted and Underground 2? Because that's how I feel. They are masterpieces. That's what I was saying. Like, I just want a modern day version of those 2 games. I really do. Come on, cop. I do agree, like, Need for Speed is probably my favorite franchise of all time. I say probably because it used to be Final Fantasy, but I don't like what they've turned into, so pretty much makes Need for Speed by default. Like, I still get fond memories of playing like Need for Speed 3, for example, and Hometown and Aquatica. Like, I can play them now, and even though they're kind of hard to play now, they still hit me the same way they did when I was a kid. Like, the feelings are there. So then the soundtrack from Hot Pursuit 2, for example. Yeah, it was a freaking amazing game. Like, I have the original soundtrack CD. What was the artist's name? Sirius, I believe. He made like half the songs in that game. I loved it because back when I was a kid, that techno soundtrack, that was racing music back then. It really was. Actually, I love every Need for Speed for a different reason, except for Undercover. I hate that game. I'm sorry. I hate it so much. I have a stream where you can watch me suffer through it. I had never played it before. I just had it in the collection, and yeah, that game was horrible. I feel bad for anybody who played that game when it was brand new. Especially on the 360. Oh man. Come on, you got this. I know I was supposed to bring a drift car. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I own every Need for Speed ever made on almost all the consoles except for, like, I'm missing one Wii one. I can't remember the name of it. My level? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I believe this is my 5th day streaming, so I think I'm like probably level 40 something. I wasn't really paying attention. That right there, for example, I slowed down. There was no reason for that. In an arcade sense, I should have made a lot of these turns, but the handling is just so weird. It really is. It really is. It's kind of, it's bizarre, to be honest. Here, hold on just a second. Controller is apparently dying for some reason. Alright. Okay, so I got that done. Sure. But yeah, no, I love the series. I love the series. I don't have them readily available, or I'd pull out like Need for Speed 1, 2, 3, Porsche Challenge, High Stakes from the PS1 era. Like, I have them all, so. You know, like I have 4 copies of Most Wanted, 360, original Xbox, PS2, DS. So yeah. Oh, there we go again. Car not wanting to turn. I know, I probably should have brought my drift car here. Come on. You see what I mean? Because I'm using a grip car, and the way this Frostbite engine works, whenever I try to handbrake steer, I get this like stoning effect. Where the car just refuses to turn. Come on, Magnus. Why you gotta hit me into the wall like that? What the heck did I just hit? Okay, that's a complete restart. Yeah, I'm trying to get through, like, that's what I do. I mostly play racing games. And I've played a couple other ones like Midnight Club and a few other games like that. But I've been trying to get through the Need for Speed series, with a few exceptions. Certain Need for Speed games I didn't feel like playing.
You figure out the way. I'll see you at the end. Pedal to the metal.
I want to do test drive. I do. I just don't know if that's streamable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna stream the new one, Solar Crown, whenever it comes out, because that's one of my most anticipated games. But I mean, you're talking, those are really long games. I don't know. I've made the mistake of streaming really long games before. It's not out of the question. I just, oh god, my Lambo does not like this at all. I want to. I play Test Drive Unlimited like probably once a year. Yeah, the PS2 version was pretty good. For once, would you just let me turn the car like a car game? Why does the engine have to be so stingy? I swear. Oh, 40 miles an hour. Do not turn the car into a rock. Let me turn. I'm tired of these weird handbrakes I have to do to turn. It's driving me nuts. Oh, there we go. Come on. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Magnus Walker's behind me in that Porsche. Okay. Oh, there goes. I turned into a stone again. Come on, baby. You got this. Come on. Yeah. There. Oh my god. He surprised. Hit me in the back. That was rough. Oh. Like I said, the next game is probably going to be either Biomutant or Elden Ring. I haven't decided. I'm leaning towards Biomutant because it's a shorter game. But basically I'm going to do a racing game, then something else in a racing game. And I can't wait because Payback, as much as people hate Payback, like I actually like that game. I just hate the engine part stuff. Like that's the only downside. Because Payback is the first one with modern Need for Speed handling, and I'll be so happy to have that back. Like I want it back so badly. I don't want to deal with this crazy weird drift mechanics because this game just blah. The Payback was, sort of, yeah. I can't remember exactly. How do I start this? Oh. I should. The thing with Payback was, that was during the time EA was doing a lot of microtransactions. And in Payback, you couldn't earn engine parts normally. You had like a slot machine, and people really hated it. Thank you. I'm not really playing it to like min-max cars and play online, so it'll be kind of fun. I like Payback's world too, the whole like Las Vegas. Out of the modern Need for Speed, sadly, Payback's the one I've played the most. Like I just recently pretty much beat it on the PS5 last year because it was on sale. So, but I never beat Heat. That's gonna be an interesting one to stream because I actually liked Heat. I just never finished it. And then of course Unbound I actually streamed the moment it came out. So. Oh man, this car. I'll tell you what, I will probably play Burnout Revenge before I play Paradise. But like I said, I'm a revenge boy. I like revenge more than Paradise. I'm not a hater. I mean, Most people love Paradise. That's everybody's favorite Burnout. Mine is just Revenge. I just think Revenge was better. Thank you, Civilian. Completely ruining my run. That was great. I don't even know what just happened. I'm so sick of all these other cars. Come on, come on. We can pass it. We can pass them. Raw power. Nope. Gotta restart. Because I didn't pay attention to the map. You see, I'm only human. Once the game throws something stupid at me, I get anxious and then I make mistakes. You know what? What's this?
Alright, bro. You crushed those, man, but we gotta push on. Hype don't last long if we sit around and do nothing. So keep on it, son.
But to be fair, I've never beat Paradise either. I think I played it for like 5 or 6 hours. Close to when it was brand new. And I was just like, I don't know. I liked Revenge better. I think it's partly because the crash mode was completely gone. I know you could crash in Paradise. But I think I had a lot of fun with like my brothers and friends playing the crash mode when I was younger. Kind of sad that they never brought that back. Alright. I didn't even see this. Sure, let's do that. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow, man. Yeah, I bet you're tired. I'm probably gonna get off here soon myself. No. Although those are good too. I'm talking about Burnout Revenge. It was on the old Xbox, PS2, and I think they made a remastered version for the 360. It came out after Burnout 3 Dominator or whatever. I can't remember the name. Yeah, I remember those PSP Burnout games were super popular when I was a teenager. Well, that was quick. Alright. I think, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to beat this tomorrow. So I think this is a good place. It's been over 3 hours. Pretty good stream. I want to thank you guys who have been lurking and those of you who've chatted. I appreciate all you guys. And I'm glad you stopped by. I'm going to call you Mill. Unless you have a... That's a funny way to do Milo, I suppose.
What the hell is going on?
No idea, man. At first I thought it was something I did, but then I saw how messed up it all was.
There's cops everywhere and roadblocks. I'm talking epic. They want someone bad.
Travis.
I'm letting the NPCs talk.
Stuff going down? No, not really. You see where the roadblocks start?
Where aren't they?
They got a huge section of downtown blocked off. I definitely stay away from there. What about the docks? I'm not sure. I couldn't get anywhere near there. Alright, cool.
You want to meet us at the diner?
No, I gotta do something first.
You're lost.
Forget him. He's just been acting weird.
You mean more than normal?
Okay, new guy. Meet us over at the diner, yeah?
Alright.
Rob's, you in?
No doubt.
KK, see you there.
Anyway, I want to thank all you guys. I'm going to get this set up and put on YouTube. And like I was saying, thanks for stopping by, Mill. I appreciate it. It's nice to have a fellow person who loves Need for Speed. Generally, I stream racing. I did go through a period where I was streaming a lot of racing. And then I played Pokemon on stream. Like a bunch of new games that had came out. Fire Emblem, Harry Potter. It was a nice break. But now I know I'm not going to do straight racing. I'm going to do a racing game, then something else, then a racing game. That's pretty much how I'm going to do it from here on out. But anyway, I appreciate you coming over and hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to get off here, get this on YouTube, and relax. You guys have a good one. I appreciate all of y'all. Peace.